Hi, this is Sasha, and I am interviewing my mom, Sherry. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks.
Alright, I'm here to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Right, I would like to know, what's an important moment in your life that changed or influenced how you are today?
Well, besides the day that you and your brother were born,
Well,
one of the most important turning points in my life is the day I was told that I had a deadly, fatal blood disorder called myelodysplastic anemia.
right. And why did that influence you?
Well, after I was re-diagnosed, after I got a second opinion, they re-diagnosed me with something that was not fatal. Correct diagnosis was beta thalassemia minor. It's an inherited blood anemia, type of anemia, and it's something that runs in my family. And thankfully, obviously, I didn't die in 2 years. Um, but it it influenced me because now in my own nursing practice, I can see how devastating news has a real devastating effect on patients, and I deal with that on a daily basis at work.
And, how did the whole misdiagnosis thing happen?
Well, I was very sick. I had a kidney infection, and I ended up in the hospital. And I was there for 5 days, and they couldn't figure out why my blood counts were so low. I was very anemic, and they were trying to figure it out. Finally, they did a bone marrow biopsy on me, and very painful bone marrow biopsy, and they pathology read it as this myelodysplastic anemia, which is a deadly blood disorder, but a blood disease. That's how that came about.
Right. So... So, when you were misdiagnosed, exactly what happened?
Well, I was with your father at the time. I was about 20, 21 years old. When the doctor told me I had this myelodysplastic anemia, he told me I needed a bone marrow transplant and to go and find a match right away.
Ow.
And it was pretty shocking to hear that. I think I was in shock at the time, and luckily I had your dad there to help me figure out what next steps were, which was to get a second opinion.
Right, and after this whole ordeal, what'd you do?
Well, after I was re-diagnosed with the correct the beta thalassemia,
Right.
wow, I decided actually that after that ordeal and all the research that I did into hematological disorders, I decided I want to go to nursing school. I had had enough exposure to the health system at that point. That felt like that was the right career path for me because I wanted to help people, and so then I decided to become a nurse and enroll in nursing school.
Well, my next question was going to be how it influenced you, but I guess you kind of answered that one. But are you glad that the whole event happened?
Yes.
And why?
Well, it was difficult at the time. It was very difficult waiting the couple of months in between the diagnoses. But I had a lot of family support. But it was really hard on me at the time. But I think now I can look back on it as a real learning experience, and it kind of puts you in touch with your own mortality and gives you perspective on life that's different than some people might have at such a young age when I was originally diagnosed at 20 or 21 years old. So I feel very lucky that I had that opportunity to go through that, even though it was hard at the time, because it gave me a career path and it gave me perspective and it gave me skills and a more depth of understanding on how I can deal with my patients that get bad news on a daily basis.
Very great answer to the whole question things.
Thank you for the interview and for the opportunity to tell my story.
No problem. It was nice learning more about this thing that I had only had slight knowledge of before.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.